Hi, my name is James, and this is my take on reality. In this episode, I wanted to talk about Robyn, her PR problem, and what the source of her biggest PR problem is. Now, before I get into it, I wanted to first take the opportunity to thank anybody who's taken the time to watch the videos. And I also want to thank my subscribers. You guys are helping to grow the channel, and I genuinely appreciate you. Now, for those of you who are considering subscribing, what are you waiting for? It's easy to do. It really helps the channel out. It helps me out. Hey, who doesn't want to help a brother out? So go ahead and give me that HBO special, which stands for Help a Brother Out Special, by clicking the subscribe button, as well as ring the bell for notifications on when I upload new videos. All right, let's get it. Now, when I look at this situation, the entire season of Sister Wives, especially in 17, has been about Robyn trying to recondition her public relations image. She's trying to present herself in a way that when people watch the Sister Wives programming, they attach themselves to Robyn. She becomes the hero or the heroine of the series, and everybody sees her as this wonderful angelic wife who has been able to manage and work her way into this healthy, fruitful relationship with Cody. The truth of the matter is there's a little bit of delusion that's involved here. There's so much emphasis placed on Cody within the family that in her mind, because she is Cody's favorite, she would assume that that should naturally transfer over to the viewership of the show. Because Cody likes her and Cody loves her and she's Cody's favorite, we as the viewer should see Robyn as also the favorite sister wife. The truth of the matter is there's a little bit of a split in this situation, because although Robyn is Cody's favorite, truth of the matter is Christine, Janelle, and dare I say Mary are more the viewers' favorites of this particular series. And there's a very simple reason as to why. I think it can really go into two buckets, if you will. The first bucket, Robyn has a way of contradicting herself. I call it a queen of contradictions. Because if you look at what she says, she'll make one position known. She'll go hard on one position. Oh, I believe in the family and we're individual, and those people, they have to work hard for their relationships to be functional and be able to deal with Cody and earn his favor, and they have to do all these things, and these women are not doing these things. And she runs through the list of all the things that Mary, Janelle, and Christine aren't doing, and how they're betraying Cody and his trust, and why he shouldn't trust them, and why he's so angry. But then at the same breath, she'll turn around and say, yeah, I don't know what's going on with their family. I have no idea. Just leave me out of it. I have nothing to do with it. How do you have nothing to do with it if you just declared yourself the authority of their relationships? You just said you know how to fix their relationships, the things that they can do to fix their relationships, but then at the same time, you're saying that you have nothing to do with it. I'm not involved. You can't walk on both sides of the street at the same time. Either you're involved and you're an authority of their situation and therefore you can help, or you have no idea, in which case you need to shut the hell up and stay up out of other people's business. But you can't have it both ways. And that's where she hits her first problem. She's a queen of contradictions. And in order to shorten that, it can be broken down into one 3-letter word: lie. And that's what most of the people who watch the show, that's why they don't trust Robyn. Because they don't see it as a contradiction or a newfangled word, contradiction, hypocrisy. They see it as a simple lie. They see it as you being disingenuous, dishonest, a lie, and a liar. They don't see it as though you're trying to help the family or bring our awareness up. They see it as you're trying to manipulate us. And here's a little secret. If you read any of my comments down below, or if you go to any one of the other YouTube sites or even on Reddit and you read those comments, the viewers are smarter than you give them credit for, Robyn. They're smarter, they're more aware, they have more insight as to what's going on. They can cite chapter and verse, what's happening in particular situations and why it doesn't make sense, why what you said during the interviews don't make sense. They are paying attention. You don't give them credit for that. It's an insult to their intelligence, and I will say their, meaning we, us, my all of our intelligence for her to turn around and say things that don't make sense. You can't tell me in one breath, like as a, for instance, the lie Kody told on Christine. Let's just do that. The lie that Kody told on Christine, where he said that he went to the 3 women and told them that he could possibly get back with Mary, and Christine started playing games and and she ran off and had a whole hissy fit and started talking trash about him, right? And then they go back and ask Robyn, and she said, oh, he told you about that, huh? He told you about that. I didn't know what was going on. I had no idea. I saw her get upset and I saw her leave, but I had no idea that that's what happened. He told me later. So one, that reveals that you guys talk about the other wives behind their backs, because that's the only way he could have told you later, quote unquote, an admission from what you're saying. 2, why didn't your stories match? Your stories don't match. That would be a lie. Part 2, as to why people don't trust this situation, is because of Kody. You're sleeping with the enemy. If you want people to start liking you, you have to expose yourself to the people and tell the people the truth. People know what's genuine and people know what's not. They have a sense for it. If you talk to any actor, any comedian, any singer, any type of entertainer or public speaker, they will tell you that if you get in front of a group of people and you try to bullshit them, they will be able to sniff it out. They will be able to sniff it out. They will be able to tell right off the rip whether you're serious, you're genuine, whether you're know what you're talking about, whether you don't. It's just a feeling they get. They start to understand things, and it's just a natural gut reaction that they have. So it's hard for you to deceive a mass of people at any given time, especially when you're relying on the idea that your entire truth should not be based on what the viewers see, but what you tell them. And that's where Kody and Robyn are right now, because both Kody and Robyn have made it a point to hide their personal lives away from the viewers. You have signed up to do a reality show, and here's again the contradiction. You signed up to do a reality show on your lives. So you agreed to have them tape your lives and tape your scenarios and situations and put them into the public discourse for us to be able to view them, talk about them, and discuss them. And we get to decide for ourselves who we like and who we don't like. You don't have any power over that. You did that. Then, at the same time, I don't want to talk about Robyn. I don't talk about what goes on between me and Kody. That's a contradiction. That's a lie. You're trying to manipulate us. You're trying to use us. And we, as a reaction to what you're doing to us, have a negative reaction towards you. In this particular season, they came out and they said that they have this whole agenda where you can see they're trying to have Robyn speak out more and give her little insights and her helpful hints on how to make the relationship work. And they tried to do that, and they tried to shape and cultivate a narrative for her to be viewed positively. The sad part is that even in those little clips and snippets of what happened where she's trying to be the positive person, she still looks horrible. Because you are not a genuine person. You don't believe the things that you're saying. When you sat there and said to Suki that you believe that Kody should have and seek other sister wives, you only said that because she had put you in a corner by saying that, you were joining the family because you wanted to be a part of a big family, walking you down the line. Yes, that's what I was looking for. And you said that that's kind of who you are. Yeah, that's my identity, being part of this big family. And they took it away. They stole it from me. Well, what if Kody goes out and finds new wives? I don't know about that. Because you realize that if Kody finds new wives, you lose your value to him. So you understand that. So now all of a sudden you got to try to hem and haw. No, I just dreamed of us being on the grandma ranch. Shut up. What are you talking about? That doesn't even make any sense. They took your dreams away. And the fact that you're only concerned with yourself, that makes you look selfish. And again, this is you guys trying to cultivate this personality and not including us in anything else, and only give us the information you want us to have. And the information you gave us makes you look terrible. Then on top of that, if you think about this last season and even the seasons before, when was the last time somebody filmed in Robyn's house? When was the last time they had a conversation between Robyn and Janelle or Robyn and Cody that was just the two of them talking about their issues? Anytime they have Robyn and Cody being filmed at any given time, they're always talking about somebody else. Christine leaving, or what's happening with Janelle, or what's going on with Mary, but they're never talking about their issues. It got to a point where Cody and Robyn will be coming from the same house and going back to the same home, and they'll arrive at places in separate cars and try to pretend as though they're not together. They always try to set themselves up to where they're never standing in the same area or location. They're never standing side by side. Even when you look at the promos for the show, they always try to set it up so that Cody and Robyn are apart or separate from one another, or they put one of the other wives next to them. But very rarely do you have a situation where the two of them are standing together or filmed together or sharing a moment together. And because you don't have that, and we the viewers know that Robyn is your favorite wife, it's a lie. It's a lie that you don't get along with her and you don't have the relationship you have with her. If that's what you have with her, that's what you have with her. We already know. You're not telling us something we don't know. And the fact that you won't even acknowledge something that we already know is an insult to the viewer. And that, again, is part of your PR problem. Another big part of Robyn's PR problem is that she doesn't have any empathy for anybody but Cody. And that empathy takes the form of her making excuses for his bad behavior. Anytime he does something wrong, or anytime anybody could view him as being wrong, she always comes up with some reason. Well, you feel as though this has happened to you and you suffered under such great weight that this is why you acted the way you did, and you're completely justified in doing that thing wrong. However, with Janelle's sons, with Christine's kids, with Janelle, with Mary, there's no empathy that's available. Because in order for her to empathize with any one of those wives or their kids, she would have to go against Cody and say where Cody did something wrong. And because you can't do that, that shows that what you're experiencing isn't empathy, and what you're expressing isn't empathy. What you're doing is you're manipulating the situation. And we pick up on that. Hello? We recognize what it is. We recognize that you're manipulating Cody because you're telling him what he wants to hear. Cody, ironically, will sit there and say, chapter and verse, that I don't need love and men don't want love and we only want respect and that's what's important to us and all that craziness. Here's a secret for you, cuz, and I'm going to be blunt with you. If you want to have respect and love, I would rather have somebody in my corner who would tell me the truth, especially when I'm about to do something stupid, or I'm making a mistake, or I made mistakes, or I did something wrong. I would rather have somebody in my camp who would say, pull me aside and say, James, you messing up, brother. And we go from there, as opposed to somebody who goes along with everything I say. Years ago, I was watching what they used to call a talk show for y'all millennials. Y'all don't know nothing about that. It was a talk show, and there was a guy who called himself a daredevil, right? And the daredevil was like one of them YOLO guys, like you only live once. And so he was like, yeah, I'm going to do all this exciting stuff. I learned to skateboard today, I learned to bike ride and do these tricks and all that stuff. And he said, I love extreme sports, and my big dream is to go up, do a skydiving stunt where I'm going to throw the parachute out of a plane. I'm going to jump out of the plane, no parachute, catch the parachute midair, put the parachute on, and fly down to safety and basically walk it off like do my cool man strut. It came out during the course of this interview because they're like, what are you talking about? That's ridiculous. That's an insane stunt. How long have you been skydiving? Never. I've never been skydiving. Are you insane? And his buddies the whole time are sitting there saying, yeah, bro, you can totally do it, man. It'd be totally awesome, bro. These guys are going to get you killed. There's no way in the world. If you do that stunt, you are Control-Alt-Deleting yourself. That's what you're doing. That's not going to be a stunt. That's going to be a funeral. Are you nuts? Like, that's not a thing you do. There's people who would experience it don't do this kind of thing. I'd rather have a guy be like, James, I'm not saying you can't do it, but bruh, maybe you want to at least try to skydive once. You want to do the tandem thing where you strap to another dude and you guys jump out of the plane. This guy know what he's doing. So that way when you pass out from screaming, that he'll be able to pull the ripcord and bring you down safely. As opposed to you basically jumping out of a plane, forget catching a parachute. You don't even know what your body's going to do when you jump out of a plane, you lunatic. And that's where Robyn is with Kody. Kody just does stuff and Robyn supports him no matter what he does. That's not friendship. That's not loyalty. The second big PR lag that Robyn has is actually from her husband, Cody. See, if Cody were to take responsibility and be accountable to the other wives and for all his actions and misdeeds, then Robyn wouldn't have to be involved. Robyn could express herself and expose herself to the ire and eye of the public openly. But because Cody does not want her to expose herself, and because I think to a large part, Cody enjoys the cover that Robyn provides. Because if Robyn is taking some of the heat as to why Cody is doing the wrong thing, everything was great until Robyn got there. Robyn ruined the family. Robyn is the one who is manipulating Cody. Robyn is doing all these evil things and she's the evil genius behind all his problems. Then Cody doesn't have to take responsibility for any of it. So Cody in no way with his ego has any inclination to take away that responsibility from Robyn. And because he doesn't, that puts Robyn in a bad situation where she will be viewed by the public as one of the evildoers of this particular series. Now, I'm not saying that Robyn isn't responsible for what happens and what she does. I'm just merely saying that if Cody wanted to genuinely help his wife and he genuinely cared for her as a person, as a spouse, and as a partner, he would be willing to take the heat as opposed to exposing that to his wife. Let me know what you guys think. If you think I'm onto something, let me know. If you think that disagree and maybe have a different take on my whole spin on the recap of the show, let me know. We have more stuff coming out, so look forward coming up soon. My name is James. This has been my take on reality, and I'm out. 'Cause I've been living life right like I